Welcome to this Austrian Corporate Treasury Association ACTA video. I'm Eleanor Hill, editor of TMI magazine, and I'm delighted to be working with ACTA on this series of member interviews. For those of you who don't know, ACTA was formally established in 2017. It's one of the fastest growing and most active Treasury associations under the EACT umbrella, and it has a number of important working groups underway. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Jürgen Kohler, who is Head of Treasury at SeneCura. The company's a leader in the health sector, running both retirement homes and rehab clinics. Jürgen, thank you so much for joining us today. So putting you under the spotlight, I wondered if we could kick off with maybe an overview of why you decided on a career in Treasury. Was there a light bulb moment for you when you knew that Treasury was the career you wanted?
It's a pleasure to be here, and thanks for that opportunity. Yeah, I think it was really a special moment, and you know, in life it's often around being at the right place at the right time and meeting the right people. I started my career in a bank, and actually within the application process I got offered two jobs, one in the credit loan department and one in Treasury. And I had limited knowledge about both of them in the beginning. I heard that there was a new manager. He came from a corporate in Liechtenstein and he joined the bank. And I was pretty aware and sure that I could learn from him very much. So I decided to take the Treasury. And this was then my start into the Treasury career.
So yeah, you chose the right path there, I think, Jürgen. I wonder where you would have ended up if you'd chosen the other one. So looking back on the years or the past couple of years, have there been any particular professional challenges that you've faced? And if so, how have you dealt with them?
I think there have been pretty a lot of challenges. I started here in SeneCura in 2019. So mainly I was working on the funding of our acquisitions and of our fast growth, what we have here in Austria and in the cluster. So we are also in Czechia, Slovenia, and also recently in Croatia. There was the improvement like for the cash forecasts. We did some better efficiency for our loan portfolio and to make the cash more efficient. Besides that, I was for 2 years within the financial manager role in Switzerland. All in all, very, very intensive 2 years.
What would you say is your proudest career achievement so far and why?
My first and my most proud career achievement is back to the time when I was moving to Vienna. I had to merge two different entities in a new location. We established a new group. This process had to be finalized within 12 months. So we did it very successful. After the 12 months, we had a very intensive audit. The result was a blank audit report without any findings. So I was very, very proud of that. And looking back to this time, 25 years later, I think it was a very good decision to do that move. And also very special to that story is that even one of the people I hired during this time is now the manager of that group. Yeah, so he's still there, and that makes me feel proud.
Yeah, definitely something to look back on and be proud of. And having a blank audit report, that's quite rare as well.
But you also look then for new challenges. You think, okay, what's the next?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it spurs you on to do more, doesn't it? If you were electing a Treasury leader or looking for a successor as your Treasury leader, what qualities would you look for in an excellent Treasury leader?
I think a Treasury leader, he must have the capability to lead a team. Important is that you give the necessary freedom, that you're inspiring ideas. I think it's also very important to be a kind of a sparring partner, an honest sparring partner for your team. And another thing is, I think too many things are today we are overstating, so maybe the positive or the negative things. So a good Treasury leader, I think he has to smoothen the up and downs. If we compare it a little bit with the stock exchange, I think he should be the combination of a bull and a bear.
So I'm trying to imagine the combination of a bull and a bear in my head now. But no, you're absolutely right. Like, you need someone to balance things out and for things not to be too extreme. Absolutely. So I want to take a little bit of a look into the future with you, Jürgen. So if we thought about Treasury in 2025, what do you think will be most different by then?
We know all the developments and the things around either the fintech, either around the automatization or digitalization. This is all coming. But I think in 25, I think the hurdles and the entrance for new systems will get lower. So it will be easier to implement and to adapt. Of course, you should also develop in the next 2-3 years there that you can handle those things.
In terms of developing, you said, and being able to handle the technology, do you think, Jürgen, that you'll be recruiting for different skills in the Treasury team in the future, things like data analytics capabilities, for example?
Data analytics was on the agenda, I think, for the past 10 years. But I think you should not neglect the skills like creativity or complex solving problems. I think you should have a good balance of people who are highly motivated, they are eager and ready to develop, and that they even go the pace with you in times even they are maybe not so good.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the fact that you mentioned creativity there as well, Jürgen. So on that note, tell us a little bit about what you do in your spare time. Do you have a hobby?
Yeah, I would say a lot of hobbies, but let's say the last years it moved a little bit towards my little daughter. So she is she is my passion. Of course, playing football and watching football is also on the agenda. And besides this, I like to be in the nature, or we like to be in the nature, either biking, walking, or skiing, of course.
Hopefully in your spare time, you're not thinking too much about Treasury, but if I were to press you on what's keeping treasurers awake at night right now, what do you think would be the number one topic that would come to your mind?
Luckily, the times when I had unhedged FX positions and you were thinking during the night, okay, how big is the loss or whatever, luckily these times are over. Actually, I have a very good sleep now. So always tired enough to get to bed. But on the other side, I think in your spare time in Treasury, you are always thinking about different topics. But I think you should take these things in a positive mood.
With all of that said, what would be your best advice for someone who's coming into the profession now in terms of making a success of their career?
When it comes to career aspirations, you should be a kind of demanding, and you should ask for your potential path, what is planned for you, and so on. But on the other side, you should also be not, let's say, too focused that every step has to come right in the time you want to see it. It's often a combination when the right time is. There you need also some patience that the next step is coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Jürgen, thank you so much. That's given us a very good overview of your career and some great insights. And I think the message that comes across very strongly is just to have balance in everything that you do, whether it's work-life balance, whether it's looking at the negatives and positives. So thank you ever so much for that. And for anyone else watching, wanting to find out more, please visit the ACTA website for more of these videos. Thank you.